Welcome back, everybody, to Week 2 of the high school football season, here with Tailgate Talk at sunjournal.com and SJ Varsity. I'm Kalle here with Randy Whitehouse, and we're here at Don Rue Field at Lewiston High School to break down Class A. Lewiston won't be playing here Friday night, but we'll get to that in a minute. Certainly statewide, the biggest matchup in the PTC. A lot of people looking, based on past performance, at that Lawrence at Bangor game, but the two teams last weekend that arguably had the best opening night were the two teams that will be playing in Oakland on Friday, and that was Lewiston against Messalonskee. That is Lewiston against Messalonskee. Combined score of 87-2 in those two games. What do we expect from this week's matchup?
It's going to be a physical contest. I think we can guess on that with Messalonskee's double wing. They're pretty young up front, but they had very little problem moving the ball last week. And Sam Dexter had a huge game for them. Lewiston has faced a double wing before, so they know it. They handled it pretty well in the quarterfinals of the PTC playoffs last year. So there'll be some familiarity there. Offensively, Lewiston was clicking on all cylinders in just one half last week. Joe McKinnon and Jeff Turcott had big games. Chris Mann had the running game, passing game clicking. So it's going to be an excellent matchup between two offenses that seem to be in mid-season form already.
Kind of a statement game for both teams. Obviously for Messalonskee, a chance to prove that they really are in that upper echelon of the PTC. And Lewiston, a lot of people's consensus pick to win the conference this year. They're going to have a tough road to hoe here throughout the season, especially on the road. This is the first of a series of tough road games. Basically, every other team in the top 4 or 5 in the conference that's with Lewiston, the Devils will be playing on the road.
Yeah, and certainly you want to set the tone early on for yourself on the road. Messalonskee's been a tough place for them to play over the years, and if you can go up there and get a win, any kind of win, you come out of there happy.
And on the other side of the bridge, Edward Little High School will be home this weekend for its home opener against Coney. Now, Coney was the team that got taken to school by Messalonskee last Friday night. EL, not entirely satisfied, but has to be happy with the way they played at Lawrence. Got off to a good start, got the lead, kind of had a lull in the second and third quarters. Had Lawrence on the ropes at the end, had a chance to maybe force overtime. Is this a chance for the Eddies to get on the board with a win this weekend?
Yeah, I think definitely. So Coney is down from last year, not just because they have a new quarterback. Luke Dunkley has graduated, but they've already had injury problems. They've been set back by that. So no doubt there's a chance here for the Eddies. They got to feel real good coming out of that game last week. Certainly, a winnable game if they've been able to execute in that last drive. But they had the passing game going against a pretty good defense with Josh DeLong and Quinn Leary making some big plays. Darnell Harrison ran the ball pretty well. He had something like 80-something yards on 20, 24, 25 carries, something like that. You do that against Lawrence, you're doing a pretty good job offensively. So I think they should be able to handle things this week.
You mentioned a couple of guys who've been really successful in some other sports for the Eddies, stepping in on the football field, and Leary and Hairston this year performing very well from the start. Oxford Hills with another chance maybe to get a win this week. We thought last week maybe with the home opener against Skowhegan, that didn't pan out the way the Vikings wanted. They're at Mount Ararat, another team that's kind of been struggling the last couple of years. It was Oxford Hills' only win last year at home. Do the Vikings have a chance to go on the road and even the slate at 1-1?
Well, they better get it this week because their schedule after this is Lawrence, Messalonskee, Lewiston, Bangor, and Brunswick. That's the iron of the PTC. So if you want to get some momentum going here in the Paul Withy era, this is a chance to get it. Ararat was essentially shut out last week by Lewiston. They only got their points on a safety. So you got to capitalize when you got an opportunity like this. Oxford Hills played Skowhegan fairly tough. I mean, they were within 2 touchdowns. So Skowhegan's nothing to sneeze at. So this is definitely a big opportunity for the Vikings.
Week 2, and we're already talking about some huge games for our local teams in the PTC. For all the information, don't forget to check out the Sun Journal on Saturday morning for all the game coverage, Monday morning for post-game coverage, and sunjournal.com for all your Class A, B, and C preview material, as well as page 2 on Thursday morning. We've got it all here at sunjournal.com. I'm Kalle with Randy Whitehouse. See you on the sidelines.